and welcome to day 37, where we are finishing up the various queries that AC2 is having us go through. And if I bring up my AC2 project over here, I see that I've gotten to page AC90 with my queries. So let's bring up page 90 and see what the rest of them are. On AC, oh, I've got AC97 all the way up here. And I haven't done, oh, sorry, I have gone to AC97. I forgot. There we go. AC97, I think, which gave us a query sorted on multiple keys. And remember, when we're sorting, when we say one column is sorted, if there's another column sorted, the precedence or the main sorting goes by the one that's to the left. That one will sort by first and then sort by that one. And we see here this one, if I look at the design view of the query, or sorry, that's my table, never mind. If I go back to my query, closing my table, I go back and right-click design view of that last query I did, and I can always bring up the sorting, and I see sorting ascending. Ascending for names means alphabetical. Ascending for numbers means smallest number first. Okay, so let's see what we have next for their practicing through queries. We haven't done multiple tables yet. If they have you look at a query. If I had lots of things to sort through, and I only want to see the top few, there's the top 5 queries. So let's look at that one. I think it's the, let's take a look what the design was for that one. Maybe it was that same as the previous one, but just looking at the top few. Yeah, let's take a look at that. If I have a query that gives me lots of results when I view the data sheet, and I only want to see the top few, I can go to the top. Where's the top? Oh, I forgot where I go to do that. There we go, in the design view. Sorry. Go up to here, go to my design view, and where's the top? There we go. Instead of returns all, change that to return just the top so many. So if I want just to see the top 5, and then I view data sheet. I don't hardly ever use that unless I have a huge database. The only time you need to worry about that is if you have a very large database and showing them all takes a lot of time. But with our databases, they're all very small, so showing all is fine. But if I want to do the top 5, change returns to 5, and now I'm going to save this as AC98. So I've changed it to top 5. I go to File, Save As, Save Object As, Save As again, and AC98, I'll just put top 5. Showing the first 5 of that query. Now it gets a little more interesting. We need information from both tables. We want to not just see their book rep number, but their last name or first name. Since the customer table doesn't know the last name of the book rep, only knows the book rep number, I'm going to have to get information out of both tables if I want to see the name of the book rep. And so we're going to bring both tables into a query by going to, I'm going to close all the things I have open. I'm going to do a new query in Query Design, this time double-clicking on both tables. So both tables are showing up, And if you don't have a line between book rep number and book rep number of the other table, you can simply click and drag a line from one to the other. How many, when you do that query, show that you have a line between them. Start a query design and show both tables. This is the part where if something's wrong in your tables, it'll show up here. So let me do this again. I'll do a create, query design, double click on book rep table, double click on customer table. Do you see both tables there with a line in between? If you don't have a line in between, go ahead and delete one of those. And you have BR number in the book rep table. And what do you have on the customer table? Stretch that down or bring your slider down. So you have book rep number in the customer table. And the only reason it didn't draw the line is because they're not named the same. Go ahead and click on that one and drag it over to the other one. Yeah. And now this is doing what they call a join. And how's your database doing, Esther?
Well, I kind of was on the wrong one last time, so I had to restart it.
Do you have AC1?
I have AC1.
Okay, just open up AC1 and do a save as. You don't have to restart anything.
Okay, see, I went on the wrong database when I started AC2. The wrong starting one. I didn't know the
Oh yeah, we just do a save as for AC1. So go ahead and open it. You can download your submission. Yeah, just download that. And then open it and do a save as right away. So go ahead and enable content. And then file, save as, save database as. Yep. And you call it down to AC2. That's all. And then enable content once again. And you're ready to go. So go ahead and do a create query. Query design. Show both tables. Just double click. Yeah. And close that. All right, so everybody's got both tables in there. All right. And that's really, once you've got both tables in there, it's just a matter of choosing what information you want, and it can be from either table. And the important thing here to remember is the relationship between the two tables has to be there, or you'll just get everything listed in this table along with everything listed in this table with no connection that, oh wait, when a customer has a book rep number, the name to list is the book rep number that goes with that customer. Without the joining, it's just you just get crazy results. Okay, so now that we have that, we just go back to the normal choosing the fields that we want to display, and we want book rep number, last name, first name, their customer number, and their customer name. Okay, so book rep number, double click, last name, first name of the book rep, customer name, oh, and I forgot customer number. And I put that in the wrong order, so I'm going to click on that gray box at the top and drag it over so it's in the right order. Book rep number, book rep last name, first name, customer number, customer name. Now if this is all working right, I'll get a list of just as many customers as with their corresponding book reps. If you do it wrong and don't have that join, you'll get like 1,000 things listed because of the information from the table is just that for every book rep they're listing all possible customers. So there I have the information from two tables, and we're going to save that as AC101. And I'm going to name it join tables. Joining the results, or getting the information from both tables in database lingo, it's called a join query. And then to go on, I can adjust how the join is happening. by clicking on that little line. Let's see what happens when I click on that little line in the design view. I click on that line. Only include rows where the join fields from both tables are equal. And do they have us change this? They want us to change it to include all records from book rep and only those records from customer table where the join fields are equal. What this means is even if a book rep doesn't have a customer to show, he's a new book rep, still show him from the results. And now if I view this, I see Michael Statnick showing up. Even though he doesn't have a matching customer, he still shows up in the results. Without that special property of the join, it only shows those reps that do have a customer. In database lingo, that's called a left join. And there's lots more complex things that database programmers learn about. But that's just one little property. Still list all book reps even if they don't have a matching customer. Let's see how he shows up then. And we're going to save that as AC102. And remember, I have to do a file save as because I've just modified the current object. Save object as AC102. Call it left join. If you learn about databases, you'll learn about left and right joins. We're just giving you a taste of that.
Where's the, I can't find the join property.
Just click on the line, or double click on that line in between the two tables.
This,
That little line that's drawn in between. Just double click on that.
oh,
And then choose the second one, include book reps that may not have a customer yet. Occasionally that's useful when I'm looking for information from two tables. Most of the times you don't have to worry about the join properties. Most of the time it's only show me the information where there is a customer going with that book rep. So that's called what they call a natural join. I can create reports from queries the same way I can create reports from tables. I simply do the 3-click method. So the rep customer report, we'll just look at any of these. I can close this. Any query that I have, as well as tables, if I want to create a report, remember how that's done. Let's just click the AC101. Click that, click create, and click report. Done. I can get a report of the information from any query with the 3-click method. And I might as well save that as a report. And we did that report on AC103. And I'm going to call it AC103 report from AC101. In this class, we don't learn about designing reports. We don't have to mess with that, although you're welcome to explore that. It's simply the design view of a report. They show an example of basically getting all the fields from a particular query. Just like we did from tables, we can use the query wizard or report wizard and select what fields. If I want to see all the fields, I might as well just do the 3-click method and let it add them. Printing it, we can print things from anything we have, we can send to the printer. I'm going to skip the printing part and look at how, just like we can create reports, we can create forms from any query as well. So let's see what that looks like. Same AC101 query, 3-click method, choose the query I want to create a form for, click create, and then click form. produces a user-friendly look at the records one by one through the result, from the result of a query. So just like I can view datasheet view, I can have a form that's a little more user-friendly, walking me through the information contained in each record. And the reason for a form like this is, suppose I have a picture of my customer that goes along with their name and address and their company. That could show up on this form as well, and a form designer can have that placed out nicely. And as people look through their customer, or suppose at the security desk, as people come through, they swipe their card, immediately it pops up the form, and the record that goes with that person shows their face. Something similar is happening as you go into the cafeteria and swipe your card. That is a program that has a database in it, that when you swipe your card, it pops up your picture to the front page. That was not written in Access, but it has a database in it that's doing all of that. So I'm going to save this, and I'm going to give the same form name. Let's see, I think I'll add to that AC106, since that's the page I was on when I created the form. AC106, and I'm just going to call it form from AC101. So just like you can create a form on tables, you can create a form on queries. We imported data from Access. We can export the data to other programs as well. Let's try that from our table. And I just picked my table, the rep customer query. That was the AC101. I can go to external data, send it to any type of file. Let's send it to, let's see, would they send it to Excel? Yeah, they send it to Excel. Choosing the name of the document it's going to, I'm going to browse and put that in my cs101 folder. And I'm just going to save it as exported. If I want to save the formatting, I can choose this box. Let's see if they want us to do that when they do the export. No, it looks like they don't check that. So I'm going to click OK, and off goes the data to Excel. So I can go from Excel into Access, or from Access, once I've generated lots of information, or someone wants to see what I have in my database, I can export it to a little more standard format. In standard Office, or even the Office 365 free for students version, you don't have Access. So if you want to get information from a database, you have to do the export. And let's see here, I think we're about done with AC2. There was a lot of things that we've done. We could send it to text files, other exports. Uh-oh, we're not done with it. They want us to do one more query here. We want to restrict the records to include only customers whose amount paid is more than $20,000. Seems like we've done something like this before, so this is more review. Let's see, we want first name, or what do we want here? We want the rep customer query. So that's the AC101 query. So let's change the AC101 query by right-clicking on it, Design View, change AC101, right-click Design View, and add to that, we need to see how much they owe me, the amount paid. So let's look for the customer table, looking for amount paid. There it is, amount paid. Add that by double-clicking, and add the criteria greater than 20,000. Since it's a number, it doesn't put quotes around it. And if I view the data, there I see all customers that have paid me more than 20,000. There's my results. And might as well save that one as AC112. So I'm going to do a file save as, save object as, AC112. Customers paid over 20,000. Now it gets a little more complicated. Suppose I want to view the amount paid plus current due of my customer. Let's go back to that query we just built. Go to Design View. Take away the criteria by deleting the greater than 20,000. Add current due to my list. So double click current due. Now I want to see those two added together in my results. Here's how that is done. I go to the build part of what goes in a column. So I have last name, first name, customer number, customer name, amount paid, current due, and in this field I click there and I go down the selection arrow, here, down the selection arrow to, or is it right click? Sorry, it's right click, build. Right click build up there at the top. Right click build. Takes me to this little expression builder dialog. And what I want to put in there is a little confusing, so I'm going to get this just right. Total amount, colon, amount paid plus current due. So I'm going to put that nice and big for you here. But here's what we put there. And as we put it here, I'll explain why we do this. They don't do a very good job explaining it. Total amount, colon, means that's what this column is going to be titled. So that's the title of that column. This in square brackets means add this field from my table. And it better be spelled just right. Amount paid. Because that has to match a name of a column or it'll give me a question mark. What in the world is this? It'll bring up a dialog. Plus current due. What this is doing is creating a what we call a calculated field. So I'm going to put that right in there in this part of the dialog. So let me show you, bring that up again so you can see that. That's what goes in to the dialog. Amount, total amount, colon, amount paid plus current due. And I better check to make sure that I'm not getting the spelling wrong or it's going to come out bad. So if I look at my table, I see, yes, amount paid, spelled just right, current due, spelled right. Now I click OK, and it shows up with nothing else underneath it. Let's watch what happens when I run this query. I get a column over here on the right showing those two columns added together. A calculated field. And the reason this is meaningful to this particular database is we're seeing what customers have paid and what they owe me, so we can calculate if they do pay their bills, that's how much that customer should be finally paying us, and we could kind of keep track of how much money we have processed or are expecting to process in our little example company. It's a very simplified company.
Wait, what happened? The expression builder, what did you do when that first opens up?
Oh, just do build. So in the expression builder, let's go back to design view. I right clicked and then did a build, and the build came up, right? And in that box up at the top there, I put that very same thing. You know, I don't have to use the builder. I could have just typed that there. since that's what's going there, I could have just as well typed that right there in that top column. So the build is more useful for other things that we're not going to make you learn about. But they just showed you that you can bring up this dialog builder. We could just as well have typed that right into that upper column. But they make you use the builder just to show that it's there. And on that one, we're on page AC113. So we'll go ahead and change that to do a save as. AC113, I'm going to call it calculated field. I could change captions on things. If I don't want to have that show amount paid, I could just say paid. I can adjust my caption for various columns. I could calculate averages of things in columns. So if I want an average of my customer amount paid, let's see how that works. And close this one. Start a new query. And simply look at my customer table. Bring up amount paid in the only column. And over here, I can decide to show, I think that's where I am. Yeah, under totals, I'm going to show averages. And when I turn on totals, another row shows up here, and I can do a group by average. So it's a little crazy. Turning on or off totals basically turns on and off a little row called group by. Yeah.
Totals option. We get ascending, descending, and not sorted.
Are you showing amount paid?
Yeah.
And when you totals and you go to group by,
Yeah, I only get ascending and descending, and then not sorted.
well, we don't worry about sorted.
I know it's just that's the only option I got. I can probably type one in.
Are you on the total row or are you on the sort row?
I don't have a total wrong.
Turn on totals at the top. Just click on the sigma. Yeah, click on that. Now that makes that total row show up.
Okay.
A little confusing, like a lot of things in Access, so don't worry about that. Turning on and off totals determines whether that row is there. It's just another extra feature. Instead of leaving it there for everyone to learn, it doesn't show up until you turn this on. Just because databases are just that way. So now we have an average. Are we doing average? I'll make sure we do this right. Yeah, they do average. So this will give us the average amount paid when we run it. So there now I see my amount paid. And now adding a book rep number with another group by max for a customer whose book rep is 43. So basically we're just getting the average for a specific book customers of a book rep. So let's see that happen. I add, in Design View, I add my book rep number in there. So then I can group by the max. No, sorry, we're doing a where, so go down to where. And it went off my screen. There we go. And the expression that we add to that is its book rep 42. So what this is doing is giving me the average amount paid for customers whose book rep is 42. If I view this, there I get one answer because there's only one book rep, 42, the average amount paid for that book rep's customers. So a fairly complex query, and I think we'll stop there. I'm not going to make you do cross-tab queries. You're welcome to explore cross-tab queries, but they get a little crazy. Yeah, so we'll stop there. We've done enough with queries. The whole idea here is queries are the power of access. And again, imagine millions of pieces of data in multiple tables. You can't handle that without lots of either going very slow or getting very complex with anything except a database-like program. And there's many database programs out there. Access is just one of the many that give us these possibilities. So I'm going to save this last one as that was a before the crosstab. That was the grouping. That was AC118. That's the last one I'll save. So saving that one as AC118. And going on to now giving you a chance to build your own queries on the MUMS database. They only give us a few to build. I think like about 8. So let's see how many we can get done for the MUMS database example. And let's see what assignment that is. So I'm going to close this one, or sorry, close that table, and I'm going to close that database. And AC2, if you have those queries, you are done. And now let's go ahead to the homework problem, and let's see if I get this just right here. The homework problem for this one is AC134-2. So let's jump ahead to page AC134. And that's the MUMS database, and they give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, they give us 7 queries to run against our MUMS landscape database. So with this one, all you do is take AC72 and do a save as first. So before doing this, open up AC72 and do a save database as. If you can't find that AC72 or a problem, I can help you. So AC72, I'm going to go to Startup Access and go to Recent. There's my AC72 showing up in Recent. I'm opening that, enabling content. First thing, do File, Save As, Save Database As, and save it as Manning AC134-2. And I save it in the proper location here. There it is. There's all my spring 2016 cs101 Manning AC134-2. Now I'm ready to build the queries that they are asking for. So I look in the book here, query A. Now everyone, I'm going to make sure you find this database. You find AC72 and do a save as.
That's the one I missed the day we did that one. I haven't completed it yet, so I don't know what to do.
All right, open up the AC134 project and save that one as your AC 134-2. Go over to the assignment and click on that starting database and down and do a save as. So open up the AC 134 assignment. Find the AC 134 assignment. Esther, do you have AC 70, AC 1? I mean AC 72? Did you turn it in? If you turned it in, you can just download it from where you turned it in.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have it, you can download this one that's in the assignment. Click on that starting database and you can use that one. All right, so everyone find it? Go to AC 134-2 if you don't have this one. Download starting database. Then when you have that one, be sure to do a save as to last name AC 134-2. You go find that.
Yeah.
Okay, you got yours. AC 134-2. Okay. You got yours? Yeah, you just rename AC 72-2. All right, you got your table. Basically, you should have your mom's database, customers and supervisors. So we should have a database that looks like this. If you did AC 72, you should have the 2 tables and 2 forms and 2 reports. We don't care about the forms and reports right now, so if they're missing, don't worry about making them. That was part of the AC 72 assignment. But we need to make sure we do have customers. Double click. I see customers. Okay. And we do have supervisors. Double click the table. You should have 3 supervisors. Now we need to build queries. And the queries they want are listed right here. We're just going to save the query as A, all supervisors before January 1st. Okay, so all supervisors, you want a query of supervisors. Well, before we worry about this criteria here, all we care about is let's show supervisors' first name, last name, and hourly rate. Just worry about that first. Then we'll figure out the criteria. So start a query, create, query design. It's information about supervisors, so I double click supervisor and then close because I don't need to show the other table. And it's asking me for first name, last name, hourly rate. Okay, let's do that first. Double click first name, double click last name, and double click hourly rate. Run it, and I see I have 3 supervisors, and I see their hourly rate. Now I need to add the criteria, but their criteria here is supervisors who have started before January 1, 2013. So the criteria has something to do with their start date. So I need to add that to my query design. I double click start date. And what do you think I should use for they started before January 1, 2013? Yeah, just a less than. And what's happening, Jared? You got your trying to save your table, or what's happening?
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not sure.
So you wanna?
We're still working on that.
We're in a database, AC72. Yeah, go back to the query design view. Upper left triangle. Upper left triangle. There. You just click on a triangle, you don't have to click the down arrow. So now we're looking at hourly rates. Now we need to find someone who started before January 1, 2013. So we have to put the start date in there to have criteria on it. We need to add the start date. you're looking at hourly rate. We need to have the start date in there in order to have a criteria that's meaningful. There we go. So we add the start date. Esther, are you getting this? Okay. Well, what do you think? The start date, if it's before January 1, 2013, well, it should look like start date criteria less than, let's try the normal format for a date, 1/1/13. Let's see if it'll take that. It looks like it'll put little pound signs around it, little hashtags. It looks like it's happy with that. Now if I run it, I'll see that Jen is the only one that started before January 1, 2013. So there's the query. Less than, what shows up here is this. That's what we put for the start date. Actually, all I really typed was this. 1/1/13. Access changed it to this. You could have typed this, but really all you have to do is type this, meaning before, in the criteria before January 1, 2013. Now when I come back to this and I run it, I get only one supervisor. Saving this query as, guess what? A start before 1/1/13.
When I do that, it still gives me 4
Oh, because you did you let's see your query again. You have first name, last name, hourly rate, start date, and you run it again. Looks like somehow you changed all your supervisors to have the exact same name. Let's go back to, let's look at your supervisor data. Open up your supervisor table. You don't have the right supervisor table. You've got supervisors listed multiple times. You didn't import the data right. Here, let's fix this. Let's delete the extra records in your table that have. Yeah, go ahead and click anytime there's extra. Yeah. All the extra ones. So you should only have the 4 listed. This is a way to clean up their data after we've imported it. Yeah. Question? They expire. You've not been doing e-quizzes?
I haven't done the AC.
Oh, yeah, we'll move that one forward. Since we were just working on AC2 today. I'll push that one forward. Yeah, you can still work on that one. All right, now you're coming.
Okay, so.
Get rid of the one extra lead and then you'll be good.
Oh.
Yep.
So should I just add 3 then?
Yeah. Yeah, I think there are just 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I think we'll let's just do one more here. We got time for one more. So that one saved as A, start before 1/1/2013. I'm closing that one and now looking at the next one. Next one I'm looking for customer named of all customers located on Cantor. Customer name and address. So first of all, let's get customer name and address and then figure out the criteria. So new query. Customers, I don't care about their supervisors yet. Their name and their address, because that's what it asked me to show. I don't need to show anything else. It just says show name and address. Now, customers living on Cantor. Let's just see what we get here. Here I see there is a Cantor Avenue. Looks like it's just Cantor Avenue. An easy way is if somewhere in the address is Cantor, how would I do that?
You would put in the criteria to show.
Yeah.
Cantor.
Yeah. If I type Cantor here, what am I going to get? Nothing.
Okay.
I have to type star Cantor star. Cantor could be in there anywhere. Remember the wild card. Have to put the star Cantor star for Cantor to be somewhere in the address.
Gotcha.
Then I get the 2 that are on Cantor. And it adds the like there because that's the way it actually, that's the official way the database code uses, but it lets us just type star Cantor star. But remember, this is very flexible. If it were Cantor Street or Cantor Road, it will still show up. Cantorized. If I want to be more specific, I could refine that, but that's good enough for this query. Let's do a save, and that would be B, customers on Cantor. And we'll stop there. I will push the AC2 e-quiz forward since we're still working in AC2, give you a chance at that. And we'll complete this next time. Gonna zip through it, so feel free to work ahead, and then if we come through it, you can find out whether you got the correct query. So work on C through H, and we'll come back and see if we can get on with AC3 next time. All right, have a great day. Remember, chapel today is in the Marble Chapel.